Would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, so I am Jen. I'm the singer of Dust in Mind, and we are playing metal music from France.
Brilliant. Where did the name come from?
The name, it's I would say it's quite basic, but it just means that all this ashes or all this stuff you keep in a corner of your mind that is still here and that you need to let go to let it out. So it really it just means that all this stuff you have in mind that you really need to let go.
All the little bits of rubbish basically in your head.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's brilliant. How did you all get together? How did you all meet?
Actually, in 2013, Damien and I were really long time friends, and he wanted to build a new project. He really had in mind a project with, I would say Pain, the Swedish band Pain influences. So a metal with a little bit of electronic parts, and so I was just singing, randomly, but I never had any experience in a band in music. And so he asked me, "Do you want to join me on this project? We will start with a studio project." And so we just worked together, and we thought, okay, that's quite cool. We should maybe build a real band and not just a studio project. And so in 2014 we created a real band.
Wow, that's a great start.
Yeah, that's a
And
great.
from someone who hadn't had experience in a band and singing in a band, so that was good. Really good.
Yes, actually, I really owe him to Damien everything, because from I was not enough self-confident to try to do something, and he pushed me a lot, and yeah, I that's why some people need sometimes someone at her side to push them, and definitely that's what I needed at that time.
And it's worked, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You're doing very well as a band. Brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all right. What are your influences, as in music-wise?
So Pain was the first and the biggest influence of Damien. So actually Damien composed all the music, and so he composed a song, and then he submitted to the band, and we talk about it, and so we just add some things, or we just talk about what we like or not, and but we are really all influenced, I would say, by the same music core, I would say. So it's Pain first and Corn a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of groovy influences of Corn, and from my side, as a singer, when I was 15 years old, I heard the voice of Christina Scabbia, the singer of Lacuna Coil.
Mm.
And when I heard her voice, I was like, oh, I like this so much. This is what I dream about to do. I really would love to do a singer in a metal band. And she is still very inspiring for me.
That's brilliant. I mean, she has got. It's a different style to a lot of other metal singers.
Yes,
It's very
definitely.
different. But then, so have you. You've got a very different style as well.
Yeah,
All
the
the
thing,
others, they all seem to be on a similar level, as in style-wise. And then you've got Lacuna Coil and you've got yourself, and they are different voices, very different voices,
yeah,
and that
that's what.
works.
Yeah, yeah. And at that time when I was young, there was a lot of, this symphonic singers, like Nightwish, Epica, and stuff
Yeah,
like that. And when I was younger, I loved that, but I really wanted something. I was attracted by something different, and yeah, it was more like Nicole was more gothic and dark, I would say,
yeah.
yeah. But I really love their evolution also, by the way.
Because I've noticed that they're very they're not just metal, are they? They've kind of crossed that gothic to metal barrier,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
that works well. That works
Yeah,
well.
definitely.
But your style is also kind of crossing a barrier because it's not that usual, either really high pitched, or the male vocals are not just growling. There's a
Exactly.
difference, yeah, which
Yes.
makes that you stand out a lot more from the crowd than the others, which is
Thank
good.
you.
That's good. No, it's good. What about the lyrics? Where are you? Where's is it? Damien, you said?
Yeah,
No.
Damien.
Yeah. Where does he get his influences then for his lyrics?
For the lyrics, I write the lyrics. So
Oh,
he composed the music, and I do the lyrics.
oh, right. Okay. So, what influences your lyrics then?
It depends, but for example, our previous album, From Ashes to Flames, were kind of focus a lot about the environment cause, and ecological subtopics. And actually, I wanted to continue in this direction for this album, and then there was this lockdowns, and I don't know why, but I just follow my heart, I would say, and in the end, I didn't talk almost not about environment or ecological cause. And in the end, we have a general theme and that of the album that is really related to emotions in general and about the control of your emotions. The question if you have to let go or not, if you have to assume your emotions, if you have to talk about it, and also this pressure you feel when you feel overwhelmed, when it's too much for yourself. And in the end, I didn't it was not a concept album. I just wrote, and in the end I just noticed that almost all the album was talking about that.
I guess that comes from being locked down and basically we all lost control, didn't we? Because
Exactly. And
we were being controlled.
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
That
So that
was not
makes sense.
expected, but yes, yeah, exactly, it makes sense. And 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 I felt everything even more, even stronger, at that moment. I really, I was like, I felt like I had a bomb in myself, like, oh, I will explode, and so it just came like that. It was just passionate. It was just a call to let go, and just my guts and my heart was just speaking for myself.
Yeah, that's good. So it's a very emotional album for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's released on the 19th, isn't it? That's 10 days time.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. And the links will be in with the video so
Thank you.
people can check out that
Yes.
and make sure they know about it. That video you've just done on the Eiffel Tower, what was that like? I mean, that must have been quite different.
I still can't believe we did this. It's just crazy. I mean, this is the real example that when you want something, you really have to go for it, and you don't have to hesitate to ask, to do something. And sometimes we are so afraid of or scared, or sometimes things can seem impossible for us, for you, for me, for everyone. And sometimes we make ourselves barriers between what we want and what we do. And the Eiffel Tower is just the example that we shouldn't, because actually, yes, we just realized that a lot of people didn't know we were French, and so we just wanted to say, "Hey, we are French," and just run just quickly a message, and so we just thought, but what would be more, talking or emblematic than the Eiffel Tower to say that we are French, and in the end, we just asked them, "Hey, there is no rock or metal band who did it before. Can we do a shooting there?" And they just said, "Okay, you can do it. I have next week. we have 1 hour, and you can go for 1 hour. And so, you know, we live at 500 kilometers from Paris. And so we just, with the band, we took the van, we slept in Paris for the night. And we had to be there at like 7 a.m. before the Eiffel Tower was open for the public. And we had 1 hour, you know, but included the time to go on top with the elevator and to set up of the drums and the lights, the video equipment, and to shoot the video and to go back downstairs. We had 1 hour.
Oh, wow. I thought you had an hour to film, not an hour to, including getting up but there and down and setting up.
Yeah.
Wow.
This was just insane. So in the end, we had 15 minutes of shooting. Total. So in the end, when you see the video, it's almost everything we shot is in the video.
Wow. So that was a one-shot
Yeah, absolutely.
video. There was no second chance.
No second chance. No, absolutely not. This was so stressful. It's so weird because it was so intense that I have almost no memory of this moment. So much I was focused, like, oh my God, this is one opportunity. We have to focus. We have to work. And we just didn't see anything happen actually. And you know, Damien, he is also the singer and guitar player. He's also the producer of all our videos. So all the times you don't see him playing, it's him filming. So after our friend was filming us, we have a friend who helps us for the shooting of the videos. So he was filming the group scenes. And when we finished that, Damien just pushed the guitar on the side. He grabbed the camera and he filmed me, you know, for my parts.
Wow. And that's all in 15 minutes?
Yes. It was just insane. And actually, after we had to put everything downstairs, and so the production of the Eiffel Tower just say, hey, it's out 1 hour, you have to get out. And we, yes. And so we just took the van and we just drove for 100 meters, and we just stopped the van and we just look at ourselves and holy shit, what just happened? And we just went out of the van and we hugged all. It was just so crazy. It's unbelievable.
See, it doesn't come across that you only had 15 minutes to do the video, but now you've explained it. I can't imagine how crazy that was.
Yes. Yeah, it was definitely crazy. And even at that moment, I think we didn't realize. It's really when we saw the video, you know, when Damien showed us the first images that we really, wow, we did it. And yeah, that was just a crazy opportunity.
So you said, obviously, you were the first metal band to film a video up there, but that must go down as somewhere as the quickest music video ever filmed.
Yes, probably. Probably.
Wow, that is incredible. That really is incredible. That's, and the video looks really good. So I mean, it's not as if it shows that it only took 15 minutes to film. It actually looks really good. So wow, that's amazing. 15 minutes.
Thank you.
And it's a brilliant idea as well. It really is a brilliant idea.
I think yeah, it can be a bit cliche, you know, but I mean, it's just the most famous image of France, you know.
Yeah.
So we just thought, okay, let's go for it, and when, you know, and everyone, you know, especially in France, everyone is asking, how did you make it? How it's possible we can go on the Eiffel Tower to do it, you know? But again, it's just that sometimes we couldn't imagine that it was possible, and you just have to ask sometimes, and it can work.
I think we're all frightened of being told no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we hate being let down, so we try not to disappoint ourselves, so we don't ask.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, exactly that. What can fans expect from the new album? I mean, obviously it's an emotional one, but How does it?
I think there is, of course, for each band all the time, our new album is the best one. But I think we are more efficient than before, and we needed time in the previous album to find where we really want to go, our real personality. And I would say that this album can be a bit more mainstream than the previous ones. But we really needed this efficiency in the composition, and also vocal wise, it's we took big risk, Damien and I mean, before in the previous album I struggled to get out of my comfort zone. My vocals were quite low, and since we know we had these lockdowns, etc., we really had the time to practice and to improve ourselves in the composition, and just to work on our vocals. And Damien also, he's singing, not just screaming, there is also this large, how to say, large, not a palette, but large
Range?
Yes, exactly, large range and of vocals. And so I think this is a big, even for us, a big surprise is to realize that there is always different things. Each song it is very different from the other. So yeah, I think that the fans can really feel that we worked really hard on this one, and that we tried to not bore the listener.
Yeah, because that does get with a lot of bands, isn't it? They tend to keep
Exactly.
to a certain style, and they don't change. They're scared of a little bit of change.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
They're scared of a little bit of change.
Absolutely, and sometimes scared of the change. Sometimes they're scared of disappointing the fans also. So it's really difficult to find the balance. But I think we shouldn't be afraid of that. I mean, if people listen to our music, it means that they feel that we put our own energy in the music. We shouldn't build something to satisfy people, otherwise I don't even understand how it can work. As soon as you can really let go and put in what you feel really deeply, I mean, it can be any style of music. I mean, people notice if you do it for real or not.
Yeah, that's true, and it does come through, especially if you're writing like you did, emotionally from the heart. And I think that then comes across, and I think people appreciate that.
Exactly.
I'm sure they do. How was it for a metal band coming from France? How was that difficult?
Yeah, actually it's really interesting, because now we are saying, for example, that we are French, but we are doing it because during all these years, I think we were kind of hiding. We were kind of hiding the fact that we were French, and it can sound a bit, I don't know, stupid or, but actually, yeah, for French people, it's really hard to get out of France. I don't know why, except Gojira, for example. They are even on another planet, I would say now. But yeah, it's really hard to get out of our country. And the metal scene in France, there is not a lot of metal scene. Of course, there is the Hellfest, and but otherwise there is not a lot of public, like in Germany, for example.
Yeah.
Our neighbor in Germany. So we don't want to focus on this, and since we are signed on a German label, we were more, we trying to show that, okay, we are more, a European band and not French. And because it's not easy, but also because the metal culture is not really present in France. So this is why we adopted this kind of strategy. But then it was weird for us to realize that when we went to a few shows, when we were playing and stuff like that, people came after the show, even in France, and they were saying, "Where do you come from?" And they were speaking to us in English, and I was like, but we are French. Even if I was speaking French between the songs, for us they didn't see us like we were French, and so we thought, okay, maybe we did something wrong. Maybe we have to correct this, and we have to show we are French and we come from here. So now we try to readapt the message that we want to.
Yeah,
spread.
I didn't realize you were from France either, because it doesn't come across any accent when you're singing.
Okay.
And I've noticed that with a lot of bands from Europe, you don't hear the accent while they're singing, except a band maybe like Rammstein that just sings in German and English. But otherwise, you don't really know where people are from, because when people sing, the accent seems to disappear.
Yes, true. But so I think that, I understand why people, and including us, we are doing it. But in other hands, I think this is something we shouldn't be ashamed of,
No.
And in our beginnings, a lot of, and especially French people, were saying that I had, and it was true, I had a very terrible accent when I was singing, etc. And now I just think that I shouldn't be scared, about keeping a bit of this identity and this French touch in my
No, not
language.
at all.
Yeah. So
I mean, nowadays it's very, well, it's a more open world, isn't it? So just embrace it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it shouldn't matter where you're from. If people like the music, that should be all that matters.
Exactly. Yes, true.
And something I wanted to mention about the last video, I love that touch at the end when it turns black and white.
Yes.
And you go back almost in time to a classic.
Yes.
And I thought that was absolutely fantastic idea.
Thank you. Yeah, we really wanted to surprise people and not to introduce it step by step. We really wanted to just go in the 1930s, with black and white and the hair and the makeup
and it did. It looked so authentic and brilliant. It really did. And I've not seen that too much in any videos either. So that was something new, and it was unexpected.
Good.
I didn't expect that at all. And I thought, oh wow, what a lovely touch. It's brilliant. Really good.
Thank you.
That was a really good idea. Really good idea. Is there anything else you'd like to mention to the fans?
That I'm so looking forward to meet you all guys. I mean, we had one show during this year, and it was just crazy, and we felt so emotional, and I'm so looking forward to meet all of you guys in live. I mean, this is why we play music, and studio and building music videos is great, but we are made to be on stage and to share this energy for real. And we just so looking forward to it.
That's brilliant. Well, Jen, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you.
For me too, Mike. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And say hi to the band for me.
I will definitely.
Thank you very much for your time. It's been brilliant.
Thank you, Mike, and hope to see you in real life soon.
Hopefully, yes, definitely, definitely. Thank you very much, Jen.
Welcome.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Have a nice day.
And you.